Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Doug Ramshaw. He's the president of Minera Alamos. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, MAI on the TSX Venture and MAIFF on the OTCQX. And Minera Alamos will be presenting at the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, happening September 13th through 16th, 2022. For more information, please visit precioussummit.com. And with that, Doug, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Good, Robert. It's good to see you. It's been a year, but I think, now actually going to be at the conference in a couple of weeks' time. Can't wait to see you in person, and everyone else that's going to be there. It should be a, big event, I think, with everyone kind of coming off the last 2 years.
Agreed. And you were just joking offline. It's like, you're gearing up for Beaver Creek when, you got to do, no, I got to talk to him right now, And so, so I appreciate that. We're excited to see it down there. So, last time we chatted was about a year ago. But before we get into all the updates and everything, for those that don't know the Minera story yet or haven't seen any of our interviews, can you give us that quick overview of the company?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're a gold producer. We were just going into kind of mining had started a year ago, but we've been producing gold now for the last 3 quarters. We're cash flow positive, still in the pre-commercial ramp-up phase at our first mine. I'm expecting that we'll have a commercial production declaration in Q4 this year. We've been in no rush to do it. I think I've always said it's better to do things right than rushed. It's exciting to actually get to that point where you're producing gold and making money for your shareholders and seeing the balance sheet improve. But we're not going to rest on the laurels. It's the first small mine that was to kind of kickstart things. We've got 2 other projects, one that's already permitted, another one that's about to enter into permitting. And the whole business concept was basically a sequential build of a number of mines to kind of build out a 150,000, 200,000 ounce production profile. So really exciting time for the company, and I'm thrilled for the last year.
Very good. Yeah. So I wanted to actually ask you about that because last time we talked was we published that interview on August 26, 2021. And during that time, we actually talked about, the completion of the gold mine and as well as ramping up to gold production. So sounds like you're putting your money where your mouth is. Give us kind of the highlights as to, we're there officially, and then, maybe some of the steps it took to get to where, to what you kind of talked about in that last interview.
Well, yeah, it's funny putting. I have to make sure the wife's not listening, but putting money where one's mouth is. I think I've put about $1 million into the company since we last spoke. So I'm a big believer in that. I'm also a big believer in, a company should do what it's, if it's going to say it's going to do something, it's got to deliver on that. We've, I think, got a very good track record of delivering on our promises. Sometimes timing has been off, and that's been a function of this COVID world that we've lived in. But I think, I pride ourselves on actually delivering on a business model. So, last year when we were talking, I joked it's first gold is great. It makes a nice press release. Everyone likes to see those pictures of the first gold bars, but that isn't what a gold mine is about. It's about consistency. It's about ramping up to commercial levels, and that's what we've done this year. And so, I think obviously the whole sector has struggled. I'm actually quite proud of how we've performed relatively to the sector in what's been really a 2-year downturn. But I'm not happy with it, because any investor, a shareholder listening to me now or a future shareholder, should only be interested in absolute returns. I think we have the platform to deliver that. I actually almost embrace the challenges facing the sector at large right now, where you're seeing big capex increases on projects in development. Well, we're insulated from that by having very low capex projects. Certainly far less sensitive to major increases, and you're seeing huge margin destruction as the costs of producing gold have rallied up, have moved strongly against the mining companies, and we haven't seen that response in the gold price. So you've seen a lot of margin contraction. I mean, this year we just put out our Q2 results. Our cash costs between Q1 and Q2 this year barely moved. I think there was maybe a 1.5% move. So we're showing that we can be nimble, which I think is a key advantage to Minera. We're nimble. We have our costs under control, and we continue to deliver on what we say. And the big thing for Beaver Creek, hopefully, if not Beaver Creek, for Denver, we're working on coming up with an economic study for our second mine, which will be great for me to be able to talk numbers with the investment community. And our second mine is, I think, going to be a game changer for the company. So that's called Cerro de Oro, and people should look out for the PEA. I think it will encompass everything I was just kind of saying about how insulated, not immune, but insulated our business model is from a lot of the challenges facing the gold mining sector right now.
Very good. All right. Well, Doug, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Minera Alamos?
Yeah, the website's mineraalamos.com. At the bottom of any press release, there is my personal email and also my cell phone number. And I love nothing more than talking. I think I said this last year, and a lot of people have taken me up on it. I love nothing more than shareholders or potential shareholders calling me. And if I've got time in my day, and I will make time in a 24-hour period, I love those conversations because they constantly are a reminder of who I'm working for. At the pleasure of our shareholders every AGM when they vote us in. And honestly, sometimes shareholders have really good perspectives that you don't really think about because you're so involved in something that they have that step back from stuff. So I value that. Any press release, you'll see my number, you'll see my email address. The website has all the other information, and hopefully for people attending conferences, you'll see me around as well. I'm easy to spot because I'm 6'4" and bald, so I stand out on a sunny day.
Doug, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe, and I'll see you in Beaver Creek.
Thanks, Robert. See you later.
Thanks again. And again, Minera Alamos will be presenting at the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek happening September 13th through 16, 2022. For more information, please go to precioussummit.com.